back to 10. Whew. Okay. This next battle, this next match, RBIS versus Fun Gaming. Let's talk about these two teams, all right? RBIS has had an easy time. They had an easy time with C'est La Vie last week, and they defeated Victoria's Secret in the first week of the league. Victoria's Secret beat Fun Gaming, so therefore vicariously RBIS should defeat Fun Gaming. Maybe that was a Fun Gaming that Victoria's Secret faced, but this is a different type of Fun Gaming. Fun Gaming defeated Simple Tankers last week, and they are dangerous. Like, this is a team that they're really going to punish you when you try to go for the aggressive business in the first minute of the game, and that's what they did against Simple Tankers. This is a Fun Gaming team who is adapting to America play. This is a Fun Gaming team who is currently 3rd in the division. This is a Fun Gaming team who, if they win tonight, will be in 2nd place in their division. If RBIS wins, we have a 3-way tie for 2nd place. And with that being said, I welcome our one-team representative tonight in the face-off. Good evening, sir.
Hello.
How you doing, Aquavolt?
I'm pretty good.
So, your results so far have not been too bad. You're 2-2. You still have to face Simp, which is going to be a tough fight. But for this matchup, did you consult with Victoria's Secret in part of the preparation for this match?
We did not. Well, actually, I personally didn't. I mean, I don't know if Precam or Caller did, but I did not. So I can't say for certain if we have contacted VS before.
And overall in the season, as we move into week 5, how would you rate your performance being a team coming from the Silver League?
Well, a team coming from the Silver League, I'd say maybe a 8 out of 10. Personally, I would say a 0 out of 10 because we're not first place. But I would say, looking at the performances of all the teams that have moved up from the Silver League, I'd say we're doing pretty good. I think we're doing all right for an unexperienced team.
What's the one?
Sense.
Yeah, well, experienced enough in the Silver League, but yes, we're seeing some great promise with you and Victoria's Secret. What is the one thing you feel your team needs to improve upon that you can accomplish at least this season?
Decision making. We've always been really slow when it comes to a decision making, and I know it. Like you said, experience. I think, the more experience we get, we'll be able to definitely fix those decision making moments. Where we just like sit in between a whatever and just try to figure out what we're doing, but we don't really make any moves until it's too late.
Any words you'd like to say to your fans that are watching tonight, Aquavolt?
Otter is recruiting. That's it.
Otter is recruiting. All right. Best of luck on the battlefield.
Thank you.
Experience. We talked about that in week 4. There's no magic wand that can replace experience.
Nope.
There isn't. If there was, people would buy it.
How much would it cost?
Oh, man. Depending on the strength of the yen, $20,000. I don't know, but that's always been one of the most prevalent things when it comes to esports. Is a lot of these teams, a lot of these young men and women don't have that much experience being in front of thousands of people, either broadcasted online or in front of a crowd.
Yeah,
and it takes actually doing it to get that real experience. You can only practice in front of a mirror for so long. Let's take a look at the rosters for these two teams here. No changes that we know of, except for Fun Gaming. Fun Gaming. No changes for RBIS, though.
Yeah. Fun Gaming is dropping 2 of their players. They'll be picking 2 more up. We'll be able to discuss that more next week when we actually get to see them play. But RBIS, always exceptional. Carbon Ward. Sella is a player I'm actually looking to see perform better because I know he has so much potential, but I haven't seen him break out and really shine as much. Fun Gaming, of course, everyone has been absolutely just pretty darn good. Although I'm worried about tonight where we're going to not be able to see, I think it was Facepalm. Facepalm will not be present tonight. He's usually there. Without him, I'm wondering if there's going to be any differences with the way this team flows. and also with the fact that they've just recently dropped 2 players, whether or not they're going to be able to perform at the same level.
Well, that comes down to the individuals, but this is a team game, and you have to play by the team rules in order to get the victory. So, Rukill, what are your rules for victory?
First rule is the B team. Like I just talked about a moment ago, we're not going to see players like Facepalm. I thought we weren't going to see Logowaz tonight. Turns out he has shown up. So, without Facepalm, I feel like you're going to have to watch out, especially after dropping 2 other players, for that primary team that you used to have not being there anymore. You're replacing it with something else. It's a different strategy, a different play. We're going to have to see if they can make this new group work as well as that. Second, hard counters from RBIS. Clutch asked about hard counters, talking to Victoria's Secret just a moment ago. Doesn't look like maybe they did, but I would have recommended they study their opponent and study Victoria's Secret's approach to fighting Fun Gaming because it works. Finally, Comfort Zone. Fun Gaming is very good at getting their opponent off guard and out of their comfort zone. Right when they're about to attack, right when they're gearing up, right when they think their opponent is not going to counterattack or react, they do. You have to be ready for that. You have to make sure that you spend as little time as possible right before the engagement, right before then. You have to go in already knowing what you have to do and then execute immediately. No hesitation, or else Fun Gaming will take that apart.
Let's see if RBIS can improve on that decision making, as Aquavolt mentioned. Here we go. Battle number 1 will take place on Mines, the map of the week between RBIS and Fun Gaming. Rukill, what do we have for tanks?
For tanks, I'm looking at an AMX 5100, 2 T32s, and 2 1390s for the side of RBIS. Fun Gaming in the blue will have a 5100, 2 T32s, and 2 1390s.
This one's for real. Mirror matchup. Plus T32s, spreading freedom across the land.
America.
Let's follow Go PvP. And the Dulo T1.
And it looks like right up to the middle, RBIS is going to be sending their 1390s, going for the very traditional, straightforward, take the hill approach. Let's dictate this battle that way.
Fun Gaming, more of the waterside play with Go PvP locking down in that T32, the center area. Dulo in the T1, scouting what's up top. He's able to see Legit. Legit is too legit to quit the high ground for now. But he's going to pull back a bit to not be spotted. Swarming towards the T32, but not fully engaging because they know that they would be destroyed from further fire to the south. Go PvP falls back a bit, spots Sella. Get a shot. Nope. Angle is not appropriate enough for a clear shot.
Legit's going to try and get off the hill. Dangerous move, especially right here. Huh? That's a safe play. Good driving. We're going to see a shift of position from RBIS now.
Well, Funny Bunny is in a funny spot trying to get up on this mountain.
Tried. Looks like she decided not.
It's not really a mountain. It's a rock face.
I think that works.
Miss Rocky Stark and Facepalm. Oh, okay, Funny Bunny. She's actually getting on top of the rocks.
That's actually a really interesting vantage. You're almost as high as the middle mountain, as the middle hill, as the mine itself.
But it completely exposes the entire hull of the tank.
Fair enough.
Funny Bunny fires and she falls back. Miss Rocky, Facepalm, and Stark. Oh, Facepalm takes a shot. 242.
That must have been... It's not Sella. That has to be Carbon Ward. Was it? No, it must have. It is Sella. Did not realize Sella had an angle. Really good shot from Sella. It's just one of those difficult intricacies of mines to know where your crossfires are and where your angles of fire and everything. Because there's just these little gaps in every rock that you have to understand your opponent is going to walk into and be able to line up a good position for it. Sella appears to be getting himself into a nice spot to try and get his gun into position. Maybe not quite, actually. Facepalm and Miss Rocky are in too good of a cover. Now Carbon Ward moving up, trying to fire at Predator, I think. And there's some spawning. Legit firing. Not getting any connections.
Facepalm's dancing back and forth. Can't commit to where he was before. Funny Bunny's still staying in the same position and angling her turret towards the rocks. next to the lighthouse. So playing the patient game, face palm, maybe trying to draw them out, thinking, well, hey, you know, if we got one hit against him, then we can go for another one. So Funny Bunny's moving back and forth with their turret. 2 tanks spotted for Fun Gaming, but Legit and Precambrian. No shots yet that have landed. Shot being fired. I don't know if that came from... I'm pretty sure it came from Fun Gaming. Yeah, Stark. Stark is...
Carbonmore takes a shell in the middle at the rock where I've always said tanks go die, but they don't do that so much in 7x42. Now, let's look at the positioning of these two teams.
Yes.
Okay.
So on Fun Gaming side, you get 3 tanks. 2 in G1 and 1 in H1. G Golf, H for Hotel. To the south in Kilo, Go PvPs in that area. Kilo, you have Funny Bunny in Kilo 4-5, and she is dancing back and forth, waiting for RBIS to push up.
Actually, I think that's Juliet 7.
No, that's Juliet 7. Predator is actually in Kilo. There he is. There he is. I've been looking for you, Predator, in the 5100. He's in Kilo 4. Down here, as you see on the minimap. Now, the one closest to potential action, Go PvP in the T-32, and then the T-1 is next to him. Miss Rocky, she is way over here behind.
West side.
Oh.
Smooth, Josh.
Oh. Apologize, folks. It's like my...
You exited your game. You can't hit Alt F4.
I didn't.
That's what he says every time.
I did not.
In the meantime, what has happened in the north is actually a little bit of a repositioning. Akiyama in the 5100, Sella in the T-32, and Carbon Ward in the T-32 are all controlling the middle. We still have 1 tank on the top of the hill. That is Ox Mathis.
Okay, I'm back in the game.
All right, good.
Apologize about that.
Ox Mathis, at 1390 with the high ground position, could try to counter out Funny Bunny's position that was so exposed earlier. But you also have a situation where Legit, actually, wow, Legit, I thought he was in west. Sorry, I was wrong. That's, Precam stayed. Legit's moved back to the middle. We're going to see a middle push, I think, in a moment or two from RBIS, or maybe some kind of hill play. They've got all their tier 8s grouped up. That indicates the intention of a push, a fight. Unfortunately, they may be walking into a crossfire, which could end up going rather poorly when you have a defensive position from Fun Gaming in the south.
Again, this is a scary part about Fun Gaming, is that they want you to do this. They want you to do this. They want you to push forward. They want you to move into their more defensive position, and they want you to die. That's what happened with Simple Tankers. It's that Bambi principle.
Go over the Bambi principle one time more with me.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay. So as these tanks are still trying to get into a position to move into aggression, when you are in a position where you're very anxious, you're waiting for something to happen, and everyone around you is telling you to stay down, stay low, stay down, don't move, stay down. But you keep getting so anxious, you keep getting so scared about what's going to happen, you decide to jump up and start running. Or in this case, in the film Bambi, you're a pheasant, you start to fly. Well, you're the first one seen and you're the first one down because you get shot. That is the Bambi principle. The anxiety is too much for you, so you think you have to move, you have to attack rather than to wait it out.
Thank you very much. That is very informative. Never heard you actually explain it quite so thoroughly. But now, here's a push. Gabriel Angelos, T1, moving up. Push right down the middle, I believe, is about to begin. Carbon Ward taking some damage for Ox Mathis, and Legit are moving in from the east in their 1390s. They'll be able to take on Funny Bunny or flank onto Dulo and that T-32 Go PvP.
Go PvP bounced a shot off Carbon Ward. Carbon Ward's still holding the line in the center, and a lot of focus is happening against him, and he wants this. He wants the focus to be against him. He takes another hit for 322 damage. And RBIS...
He's paying for that attention. He's trying to keep them focused.
Yep.
And now Ox Mathis, Legit, have moved up, and they have not been detected yet.
Oh, and they see Go PvP.
They're unloading.
Dulo fires back from long range. They take down Dulo. He's still trying to use him as a shield. And Ox Mathis is low. He falls to Go PvP, but Go PvP falls. That's going to allow the 3 heavy tanks to move from the center for RBIS with 2 minutes left. Again, Fun Gaming still embedded they have to be careful to where they are. And Funny Bunny is waiting for Legit to come towards him.
Legit's left. He's out. He's bugging out. He does not have any shells left. He's going to still be reloading for a minute. They might sack Gabriel in order to get the position. But now, RBIS has control of the east side. They're going to be able to keep Facepalm and Stark in a position that is lower. Sela needs to position himself better to get some bounced shells. Unfortunately, he's taking 1,051 damage. Every other shell bounces, but Funny Bunny sneaks a shell in from the east, ruining the position of RBIS. They must kill Funny Bunny. She is able to completely shut down this attack and destroy this position. Legit, though, is moving in.
Trying to find those open avenues. It's tough because of how much defense Fun Gaming has had, but from behind, here comes Legit and Gabriel. Why not? Push up, scout ahead.
One more shot.
And Legit can't get it, but Funny Bunny now bugging out. Stark's going to push up as well at 1390.
Predator easily trades up with Legit. The advantage of just the average is so much. Legit is forced
Predator!
to back off.
Akiyama with a nice shot from up top.
But he's taken so much damage. He's at 476. Carbon Ward, not sitting pretty. Gabriel could... No, he won't be able to cap it out. He can only put pressure.
And Stark in the 1390 moves up against the 1390, or against the 5100, excuse me, and gets the kill. 26 seconds left.
Gabriel's going to hide. He has to run. He has to salvage this potential for a victory, and now that has been turned into a loss simply by, I think, bad timing.
Well, timing, and also Fun Gaming staying in a defensive position in the south.
Yes, I think RBIS had so much potential. They could have done it right. The execution was sitting there. They were set up for the right kind of an attack. It wasn't going to be a perfect execution. It was going to cost them, but it cost them way too much.
And that ends in a draw between these two teams. We have to find out what map will be next between the two. But I want to take a look at the team score. Funny Bunny, hey, most damage, T32. Right on. 6 for 8. Predator, 6 for 14. Stark, 7 for 8. Go PvP, 3 for 4. Facepalm, 3 for 12. Whoa. Was Facepalm... Facepalm was blind firing a bit across the beach. He didn't scout anything, but he was firing towards that area a number of times. So that would explain that, I believe.
Did I have notes that said Facepalm was not... Yeah, I had Facepalm not going to be here today. Then he just shows up.
Well, surprise, surprise.
Yeah.
He's here, and he is not landing his shots.
Well, here's the reason.
So far.
Here's actually the reason. He told me he would be playing from a cafe Wi-Fi. That he would try to play from cafe Wi-Fi. So he might be playing on really poor internet connection right now. He said he'd try to show up. I was asking him because he was trying to tell me that, you know, they might not be able to get someone on for the face-off. And I was like, oh, what's the reason for that? And he's, well, you know, Logo's not going to be able to show up for the face-off, and, well, I might not be even there. And then he said a little bit later that he might even try to come and still play, but on the cafe near where he lives Wi-Fi, which is mind-blowing to me because I could never, ever deal with trying to play on Wi-Fi again. I used to. There was a time when I played FPSs on Wi-Fi. I didn't want to. It was just I couldn't play on a wired connection, but it is a miserable experience.
Hardline.
You have to have either
hardline it.
Yeah, you have to hardline it, or you have to buy some really high quality equipment. I mean, there are gaming wireless stuff. There's gaming wireless stuff.
There is, but you always trust a hardline more.
Yeah.
You know, that's how it goes.
It's also really cheap to make your own cables.
Yes. If you have the IT tools like you do.
Yeah.
I don't. I go, I need an Ethernet cable.
I'll make one for you.
And then I have a bunch in a bag in my closet.
Yeah, but what if you need one of the exact length? Then you don't have any slack. You don't have to do
that. Really comes in handy. And a lot of these players, you know, have a lot of IT experience. Well,
no, there's quite a few.
No, there's quite a few that don't actually. I was thinking like, well, when we've had them here, some of them, yeah, but
I mean, some people just are gamers and they don't really worry about the IT stuff. Then there's others who love it, who love computers and they love games. They love
the ones that do love technical specifications of tanks as well, because they understand the hardware itself and how to make it work, and they're intrigued by that, which I find really cool. Here we go, battle number 2 between Fun Gaming and RBIS on Ensk. Still anybody's game since we had that trial. What do we have for tanks?
For tanks, 3 AMX 5100s, 2 IS-3s, and 2 T1 Cunninghams for the side of RBIS. Fun Gaming will be bringing the exact same lineup.
Mirror matchup.
And now,
It's the fourth official one we've had tonight, I think.
official, unofficial. Did we submit the paperwork to the Ministry of Mirror Matchups?
When we were talking about IT,
Yeah.
it dawned on me about 3 years ago to never make an assumption if someone is really good at esports to think that they really know computers. Because there was one esports player who he knows how to turn a computer on and how to play his game, but that's it. He doesn't know the software hardware. And I realized, wow, that's like the same as somebody being really good at basketball, but then asking them like, hey, can you go make a basketball for me? It's like, no. You can't assume that.
Yeah. Or being an exceptional driver. Maybe you don't. You can be very good at driving. You don't have to know everything about a car. Well, it would be nice to.
Yeah, that's another good point. All right, Fun Gaming has decided to move down the train tracks here and go towards RBIS instead of waiting back defensively, and they're allowing two tanks, Miss Rocky and Stark, to move freely on the east side of the map.
And what's interesting about this is, remember Victoria's Secret versus Fun Gaming a few weeks back?
Yes.
Okay. This is a flipped situation. Now, in this play, the role of Fun Gaming is actually being played by RBIS. But the role of Victoria's Secret is being played by Fun Gaming. This is that same strategy, that same lineup, that same approach. They're going to go up the train tracks and possibly then try and close the distance. What's odd about Fun Gaming, though, is when they've taken up this role, they've decided to change the character a little bit.
But you know who I think of most clearly, or the most clear, I can say?
Mm-hmm.
Simp. And I cannot remember the team that they faced in match 1 of week 1, but how they had placed 2 of their heavy tanks on the east side, waited for the engagement to begin on the railroad tracks, and then the 2 tanks that were in the east swept in and had a great reverse flank.
Ah, I do believe I remember that one a little bit.
It was well done.
There's some very interesting
played.
strategies on Ensk. There's a lot that Fun Gaming can do right now. There's a little bit less than RBIS can do. They have the potential. It's just that they'll have to decide who from where goes to the south or to the east. I doubt the east seems like a very good idea. If you take a look at the minimap, you'll see that the control for the blue team, Fun Gaming, definitely is the east. Let's not send tanks directly to the east, straight into the guns. You want to take that a covered route, so probably around to the south. Maybe a cap pressure could work for RBIS if they feel like, moving out of their defensive position. Or maybe RBIS just doesn't like this map. If you don't like a map, that's a reason to camp. That's some teams, That's all they'll do. When they don't like a map, they find the best defensive position, and they're like, you know what? This is not a map I studied for. I'm going to try and salvage this situation. I'm going to get past it.
Still plenty of time for either of these teams to try a number of strategies here in order to catch the opposing force by surprise. Stark and Miss Rocky still holding to the east, allowing for 2 more of the heavies to pass the lumberyard. Well, at least one of the heavies to pass the lumberyard. Get closer. Looking at Funny Bunny's position, right next to PvP in the defensive ground. Now, if RBIS was able to scout this, potentially they could recognize that they would have an overmatch in the north as long as they could cross the railroad tracks safely, which would be difficult if the IS-3s are raining down upon them, even though IS-3s are not known for their accuracy. Still, that is a big hit to take to the side coming from the train tracks. Go PvP shoots at the fence to get rid of any potential cover. Also maybe to unleash some frustration, as Fun Gaming is still going to hold at the east and RBIS will stick to the west. Now Funny Bunny and Co PvP are moving slightly north.
Ah, look at this. Pre-cam. Dulo. Incredibly close. This is where I predict the first engagement will happen. It will actually be T1 fight. which could be very decisive because Fun Gaming needs that T1 to guarantee that no one has gotten into their backfield and will be attacking their cap. RBIS needs that little bit of a warning in the north, but it's less crucial if they lose Precam. But if Precam's able to kill Dulo, that will mean a whole lot for RBIS. That will mean they give him a whole bunch of momentum. And Dulo, of course, can cause all sorts of havoc if he does get to the backfield and has to be dealt with. It's a real annoyance, real inconvenience, and if done well enough, Dulo could actually be the difference between victory. It's just in coordination with the rest of Fun Gaming.
Ruko, it may be too early to call, but since we're getting close to the 4-minute mark and no engagement has happened, we could see dual draw.
Good. Very possible.
Turning into a best of 3.
It could happen. And a best of 3 would be very interesting, but it doesn't seem uncharacteristic of Fun Gaming. I mean, it seems like...
No, it's not uncharacteristic, but then a certain strategy is let's beat them at their own game.
Play the reactions.
Play the reaction.
Play the reactions. Don't let them be the ones to elicit a response from us.
Yep.
Interesting. That could be it.
And then if they feel that it gets a little bit too close for call, too close for comfort rather, in order for the call to be made, who's going to defend on the tiebreaker? It's the one who did the most damage.
Now, what if they pulled a Fnatic?
Oh, that would be quite impressive. And they have 3 minutes to do it. This is when Fnatic would make that move.
Mm-hmm.
Facepalm and Predator are spinning.
And that should be it. That'll be their strategy, their attack. Fun Gaming going for the attack. That is something I would not have expected as much.
Well, it's still a bait scenario because where I believe it's Funny Bunny and Go PvP are located. Yes, they're both scouted. They see Precambrian, they fire. And if RBIS takes the bait and commits to the north, leaving them exposed from behind in the city. But look at the position of one of the T1s.
Yes, that is Precam?
No, Gabriel
that's
Angelos.
When did Gabriel get over there? I thought that was Precam inching his way, but they switched positions some time ago.
Oh, now Precam.
Gabriel's getting very close. This could change everything. This will change everything.
Yes, and this is what RBS needs to move forward.
Predator needs to stay hidden. If Predator gets spotted, that spoils even more. And now Precam's even moving up. Precam could spot, and he doesn't move up anymore. There was actually this beautiful, and he goes down. Gabriel is dead. He goes down to Predator. And because he went down to Predator, that verifies that there are 2 tier 8s in the south. That
and
should
RBS is
prompt
going to
the
move.
push.
Yep, here they go.
Legit moving up, crossing first. Behind him, Oxmathis, Sella covering his approach. Legit is going to make it out by only taking 1 shell. Following that, looking through the trains, and he makes some connections. Damage being dealt back and forth.
Go PvP, so close to falling. Can Akiyama get it? It's a bounce. Funny Bunny fires back at Akiyama, allowing Go PvP to fall back further. Sella almost reloaded. Gets the beat on the target, fires and gets the kill. Legit, still with 3 more shots. Fires across. Stark is spotted from further away, and I believe is out of shots. Oxmathis takes down Funny Bunny, and RBIS is going to continue the push, taking down 2 of the tier 8s. Legit, very low. Akiyama, half health. Stark, now down to half health, is going to flee the scene. 44 seconds left. RBIS still has more tanks to kill. This is going to be another draw, Ruko.
Maybe, but there's still a chance, I think. 30 seconds left. There's a mistake that Fun Gaming can make that could kill them all. But there's the possibility Stark needs 1 more good shell. It's a low roll, and because of that, that could be our draw.
And Carbon Ward gets the kill. Predator fires on Akiyama for the death of the tank that was engaged in a firefight for so long against Fun Gaming. Predator low, 6 seconds. Dulo still way far away. 2, 1, and we have a double draw.
Oh, you're right, Josh. You called it. I was hoping. I was sitting there thinking.
I was too, but a minute and 44 seconds. It's not enough time. It's the most comfortable time is 2:45.
Maybe, yeah, 2:40.
It can happen in 2:30. It can happen in 2:30. But
think
2:45 that's a beep go. I mean, if you're gonna make something happen, make it happen and hide your T1s.
Yeah, because at the end of the match, it's going to take longer to get all those kills because everyone's going to be much squirrelier. Yeah. They're going to be less interested with trying to escape and salvage the situation and play the clock than if you start the engagement a few minutes ahead. Because when you start it a few minutes ahead, your opponent's not in the mindset of let's play for this draw, let's salvage this situation. They're in the mindset that we can't salvage this situation. We must win, or else we will lose right now. There's no draw option right here.
Yeah, at least for the brawl mode. Now, it can happen in a flag cap. And if you're able to guard it correctly, awesome. But that's leaving too much to chance. And if RNG is in your favor and you get an ammo rack against an IS-3, then that'll shave off 45 seconds.
Yes. That would be... I mean, remember, was it Simp versus Cazadores a season or two ago? Where Cazadores had every reason to win and then just an ammo rack on an IS-3 ended it all for them?
It was, yeah.
That was Himmelsdorf. Right on the 8 line. That was that's the example, perfect example of what you're talking about.
They had a tier 8. They had a tier 8 lead at least in tier points, and then ammo rack
changes everything.
That's Simp. They know how to roll the dice.
They also know the critical points on a tank.
They do, and that's what favors the RNG.
Yeah.
Ruinberg will be battle number 3 between these two teams. Still no points on the board for either one, and since it's a drawn-out map, a large map. Probably won't see any engagements from either team on the offset, at least the first 5 minutes. But looking at the pattern of what RBIS was able to do with their scouting positions at the T1s, possibly use that in their favor just 2 minutes earlier. Real Kill, what do we have for tanks?
For tanks, I'm looking at a 35100s, not 1390s, 35100s, an IS-3, a 1390 for the side of RBIS. Fun Gaming will bring 2 5100s, 2 IS-3s, and a single 1390. Now, you're talking about how it might take a while. It depends on these 1390s right at the beginning. If they're able to do it, then we have the possibility of a quick early engagement, but both teams have to decide to go to the east. I don't think that's going to happen, though, because we're looking at Fun Gaming.
Yes. Fun Gaming will send all of their tanks towards the fountain side, the city side of the west, while RBIS, who spawned to the north in the red, will be sending, a little bit of active scouting happening. And then putting 3 of their heavies in Delta Village. We're seeing if they're going to push even further down Delta Village, down the 0 line. Not going to happen. And here in the fountain area of Fun Gaming.
Now we've got that polarization. Teams opposite sides of the map. And we'll have to see where they can find a way in, as it were. Across the north, looks like we've got Ox Mathis in the middle. That's Carbon Ward and Akiyama in the north, Gabriel Angelos in the T1. Sella looks to be... Oh, blind firing down the F road. Okay. Looking for Fun Gaming tanks in that fountain area, but I don't think there's any actual... I do see some on the minimap. Are they actually in any position to take fire at the
F crossroad?
Yeah, the F crossroad.
No.
PvP could.
He could, but
Bunny could.
You have to look at the angle. It's angled down.
Well, Sella stopped firing that way anyway.
Yeah.
Now he's looking to the south, actually. They're clearing out the south, so we've got RBIS grabbing that position.
They're firing back in blind fire. No connections yet. Take a look at Facepalm, the 1390. We've seen 1390 used almost as a staple tank on Ruinberg. Rukil, I want you to guess for me, and I want chat to guess as well, how fast an APCR round travels in meters per second.
Meters per second? I'm thinking about 1,100.
1,100 is your guess?
Yeah, I can't remember right now.
Okay. At the end of the battle, I'll give you the answer.
You'll give me the answer at the end of the battle?
Yes.
What?
Because I want chat to throw out their guesses
You're
as
not
well.
going to tell me right now?
No, I'll wait.
Okay, I just... dang it, Josh.
I will tell you that you are under. That's what I'll tell you right now.
Oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure. The AP rounds for the 1390 go, I think, sub 1,000, right?
For AP? Yes.
Yeah, those
That
are
is
like
correct.
That's like the 800 or 600 range, somewhere in there. I'm so sad right now. You got me.
No.
You got me, Josh.
This is a trivia question. This is a trivia question.
Good trivia
for
question.
you, for me, for everyone watching, to give you guys a sense of the real world of how these work. So I'm not putting you on the spot. I just.
Oh, you got me though, Josh.
Yeah. No, it's fine.
You know. Josh knows, guys.
Hey, I wouldn't
He
know.
studies this stuff.
I wouldn't know unless I studied it.
You know, have you seen the velocities of like the KV2's dirt rounds and stuff?
Dude, I remember watching the velocity of my dirt rounds on my M4 Sherman.
Oh yeah. You just watch. You can literally. When the T-52 was still a tank,
Mhm.
I used to literally watch those shells and then drive around them as they came. You could see them coming. You could just go to the right. You could watch it pass by,
Yeah.
and you could loop back in the time that it took. I could probably, if I wanted to, have just drifted around it.
I have dodged a couple derp shells incoming, but it's only because I was already going to press that key.
Yeah.
Like I didn't see it, then my brain fired and went, oh, go. I was already in the motion of pressing it. And I went, oh, I'm making the right decision.
Oh, congratulations, me.
Yeah. Funny Bunny, blind firing towards Sella, nothing yet. 5 minutes, 39 seconds as we look at the beautiful sunshine cresting over the clouds here.
Have you seen Ruinberg on fire?
No.
It's like this, but it's like unhappy. Everything's on fire, Ruinberg, which is why it's called Ruinberg.
I want
on
to say
Fire.
yes, but I can't visualize it in my mind at this time.
You probably saw the one of the articles I might have thrown.
There was Winter Himmelsdorf and then Ruinberg on fire.
Yeah, but Ruinberg on Fire used to have some glitches in it.
Okay.
So
yeah.
Yeah, those were repaired though. So
That's why. Okay.
yeah, that's why you remember it, but you
Yes.
don't remember it super well.
Yes.
What's Dulo doing? Where's
He's
he?
all right. I'm gonna jump over to
Yeah,
Duo.
'cause I see that, and I'm like, what is all this darkness? Where is he?
He is camping out in the only parking spot that a T1 can fit in, or any tank can fit in actually.
What section of the map is that in?
He is in Alpha 2.
Alpha 2. Oh, I know where that is now. Okay. A lot of
He could
This-
walk out of his tank and make a phone call.
this. Okay, so this was one old strategy that used to actually happen in Clan Wars. People would take a little T1 or something like that. They would take a mouse, right? Which is the size of a house. And they would stick it in front of the doorway. And so what would happen is you would be unable to kill it. And they would wait until the last possible second, they'd just let it draw out. Because the defender got to draw to win. They'd stick the T1 in there, hide him, and then they'd try and delay the match as much as possible. So they'd make it so you could not possibly approach the cap because it would be too much covering it.
Oxmath
and it
is
was forced-
spotted.
It was a weird strat. It was a long
Yeah.
time ago.
Can't get in, guys. You're stuck.
Eventually, we learned that putting enough HE shells into the top of the mouse and this tiny little crack between the mouse and the door would eventually kill it.
If I was Dulo, I would go out and make that phone call. After we're done with you, my mom's gonna pick me up and take me home.
Wow. Just wow.
All right.
Aren't
still-
those intimidating words to hear?
Hey man, I'd be scared. Because you're that confident. And Stark Predator still holding the same line. Again, I think this is RBIS using Fun Gaming's tactic against them, saying, hey, if you guys aren't going to attack, we're not going to attack. So fine.
Come at me, bro.
Come at me. This
Get
is
big.
This is America.
They're not in America.
RBIS is.
Yeah, fun
Sort
gaming
of.
for the most part isn't.
I know.
But
That's one of the things that Fun Gaming mentioned is that they've had to change their tactics based on playing American teams.
yeah, it's very interesting to think about that because if It makes me wonder if their previous playstyle was truly superior or not, or if it was very different and incompatible, and in such a way that most of your learned reactions to questions proposed by your opponent.
Yes.
This is a tank here. What does that mean?
The best
in Russia, what does it mean?
Yeah, I think the best way for us to answer that question is to attend a Russian LAN, because that's where these teams, the Fun Gaming, performed well, second and third place in a Russian LAN. And to anyone that's never attended a LAN before, it is such a different energy. Online tournaments are great.
Yeah.
It's great for us to be able to host this 7-week group play season to build a storyline and to build the best teams to make it to the finals. But if you have a chance to go to our finals, you want to go, because the energy is palpable. The energy is amazing. And when a team wins and they take home that $50,000 check, it is the end to a beautiful journey, man. It's so much amazing feelings you go through. I mean, us as the commentators that have watched them grow, that have watched them earn that, but for the team itself to see them in tears.
All right, clutch.
Impeccable. Here we go. Minute 20. Predator takes down Gabriel Angelos. Facepalm.
I'm getting a sense of deja vu here from earlier today, as Facepalm also makes it across the way. And now the reaction from RBIS as they close back on their cap. 2 T1s getting on the cap. Julo, Miss Rocky on the cap. 5100s. Predator, Starkfung on the way to shield those T1s. And now Facepalm is delaying the game. Cap at 38 seconds.
Oh, Facepalm hit so close. 5 HP left. And he's waiting. Legit knows he can get it. Legit's hit and tracked. He's going to suffer for it. Akiyama's going to push up. Gets the kill. Fiery blast of death goes down Facepalm. Predator double hit. Still going for the flag cap. Trying to get that reset. Akiyama and Carbon Ward working hard. Predator falls. Ox Mathis has to get around. He's going to have to get around. 8 seconds, 7 seconds. Look at this. Go PvP is going to block him. He's going to block him. Ox Mathis can't get it. He's going to keep going. And he's able to get it. The reset. Akiyama pushes up. Amazing play by Ox Mathis not to fire. And Akiyama is able to push up at the same time. They take down the T1, losing the points on the board for the flag cap, and that's it. We go into another draw. 3 draws in a row.
Wow.
Between these two teams.
I think you've identified it perfectly, Josh. They're playing Fun Gaming's game.
Yeah.
They're saying it. They're just going, you know what? You want to camp? You want to play passive and let your opponent make the mistakes and then try and take advantage of them? We're going to do the exact same thing. Shown right there. That was the proof. I was kind of hesitant at first. Maybe they're doing it. But once I saw the Ruinberg defense, yes. Absolutely yes.
So the question comes now, do they do that for the entire series and go to the tiebreaker? Or do they have some sort of strategy on one of the maps that was chosen? That was pretty close. It was about 6 seconds away. We have a replay available. Let's go ahead and check out that final firefight that happened and how close these tanks got to getting the flag cap. So you see Funny Bunny. You see the rest of her teammates there ready to go. Go PvP's positions perfect. And Ox Mathis knows to wait, and he gets the kill. That was so crucial. And then Akiyama's moving up anyways. But if I say perfect, and then I think if Go PvP had angled and created a triangle of protection, could have been a different story.
I think the fact that the Shuka exists makes it so there's a gap.
Yeah, and also the actual profile of the tank is taller, so it can angle just a little bit down.
Exactly.
But you want to do anything you can possible with what you're given in order to get the win. But yeah, it was close, very, very close. RBIS, however, was able to move swiftly to stop that. So get back to my first point, though, that I made. Do they take it all the way to Game 5? Do they take it all the way to Game 5 and then try to go for the win, either team? Do they get desperate? Or is this going to go to a tiebreaker and it turns out whoever did the most damage gets to play camp again and possibly win?
If they go to a tie, Fun Gaming wins, they will get 10 points, which means they'll be
10
tied
points,
for
league points total.
They will have 10 points league total, which ties them for Simp for now until Simp plays and gets whatever points they might get or not.
Against #RU, our final match tonight.
Which could go either way, but that will actually give them a pretty good position no matter what. If RBIS takes it to a tiebreaker and then gets 1 point, that's really nice for them. But if they deny points, that could end up working in their favor later in the season.
RBIS's favor.
Yes,
And
later in
well,
the
pretty
season.
much the other division's favor based on how it works. But it can all change because you have multiple weeks. Anyways, battle has begun. Let's jump into the game. Ruka, what do we have for tanks?
Yes. 3 AMX 5100s, 2 IS-3s for both teams.
Mirror matchup.
And now opening moves, both teams going to the west. RBIS taking the north. We'll have Akiyama all the way up in Alpha 1 with Precam behind him. Precam moving down the 1 line very soon. Gabriel Angelos and Legit from RBIS will be on the complete opposite side of the map. And I don't think they're going to find anything from Fun Gaming, will they?
Nope.
No. So that's going to be a bit of wasted resources potentially, or a backfield advantage, depending on the way RBIS decides to react. Legit seems hesitant, though, to go up to the hill, knowing that there are tanks spotted in the southwest.
That's why you send Gabriel first.
And that's why he's going
Predator
first.
hit for 383. Facepalm fires back towards Precambrian or Akiyama. Fires again. Was Precambrian scouted?
Yes.
Okay. Facepalm
was
gets
there.
hit for 360.
It's kind of a bad trade, I think. T1's worth more than a single shell.
Yeah.
If 2 shells got in on Facepalm, then maybe you can say it's worth it for that kill. But otherwise, no.
Miss Rocky will take this opportunity to move to the north to scout in the T1.
Good move, smart move. That's going to get him a little bit more control, a little bit more intel, hopefully. And Sella's going to fire at Miss Rocky. Unfortunately, does not spot her in time to zero that shot as he would like. Misses it. Miss Rocky is in cover. Akiyama, though, does have a nice vantage if he's going to
Pushes all the way.
out.
Yeah.
He may have. He has an angle. He has a shot.
Ooh, hits the dead T1.
Precam, you're doing it
You're
even in death.
You're sipping your teammate, bro.
Even in death.
Wow.
Miss Rocky's gonna live for a while.
Get it?
Shots from the hill could potentially get it. If you saw Legit actually doing that, I think there's the potential you could make that long shot work. You don't have draw distance. You do not have the draw distance to make that work. Oh, dude, do you see what is happening in the south right now?
I see it.
Oh, Legit
I see
is in
it.
such a bad spot. Legit, poor Legit. I don't think he sees what's potentially coming.
But Gabriel Angelos will.
Will he? That's the question. Will he see it in time?
I think he'll see it in time for Legit to at least move around the castle and hopefully dodge a couple of these shots.
Oh, Gabriel might. Okay, they're going up the back way. Gabriel does have a decent line, but with the positioning currently held by Legit, he might take a few shots.
Oh, he's spotted, and they fire. They only see one, though. Is Legit bugging out? Yep.
Yep, he's leaving. Sorry, Gabriel. I'm gone. And with that, you're going to see Gabriel even trying to leave. He's running as fast as he can, going to actually retreat behind cover, which is a smart move, taking advantage of the fact that there's some cover to make sure that when he runs away, he might be able to get that to work out for him. However, he's going to turn around. What?
No, they've stopped. They're not moving forward. They're waiting for Dulo to go. There he is.
That's really
Dulo, go check it out for us.
You go first.
He's gonna hug the left wall.
Dulo, being the brave T1 that he is. T1s are fearless. Think about it.
Well, they're such a valuable tank, and it's a. You think of the overall team dynamic, right? You have two tanks that are expendable, even though they're crucial, but they're expendable.
In a way.
In a brawl.
Yes.
In a brawl. All right. Now, I'm not saying expendable on a map, but expendable in a brawl. And so that actually makes it so you can be more tactical with your play. It's like it's
it's a
recon.
tactic, yeah. Recon by death.
Well, recon, you send one guy that's fast.
Except usually you don't send them to die.
No, you don't.
Unless it's in a movie and there's a conspiracy to make the recon guy die.
But
can't remember what movie that.
But you work in tactics and hypotheticals, and tactics work off hypotheticals to where if he dies, we're not going to lose the war.
You have to understand the cost.
Right? Yeah, you have to understand the cost.
Yeah. You can lose a T1, you can lose a T8 as long as it's worth it, but losing a T1 is not ideal. However, because teams utilize their T1s so willingly and so liberally, I feel like T1s are fearless. Like, they don't care. They're just like, I will die. Tier 8s, you guys are all chicken. Not wanting to take shells, angling your armor, using each other as cover.
You hide behind your walls of steel and brawn.
What does Gabriel Angelos hide behind?
Nothing.
Because freedom.
Facepalm and the rest of Fun Gaming now adjusting their approach to go through the courtyard. As they get closer to push up. Funny Bunny, Predator, and Stark all together while the two T1s are on opposite sides of the map to scout out any hill play or west railroad push, leaving Fun Gaming with serious map control.
And this is just another situation where Fun Gaming is forced to be on the attack. They do not want to take this to the tiebreaker. They do not want to let this be a best of one. They want to be on the defense. They don't want to have any pressure to put on them to perform. I think RBIS doesn't care about the points. They care about making Fun Gaming suffer, which is a little bit cruel.
Legit takes down Miss Rocky. There goes a T1. Now Funny Bunny, Predator, and Stark are pushing into RBIS's base slowly but surely, and they're stacking up together.
Now we might have another kill. Go PvP versus Gabriel Angelos. No, it's just a glitch. They're moving up. They're very soon. Ox Mathis may find someone. Gabriel doesn't find any T8s. They've actually all crossed. It's actually incredible timing by Fun Gaming to stack up for this fight. This is the same thing that we saw Virtus Pro versus Na'Vi. The same defensive position and the same similar attack.
Yeah, this attack is, you know, you got so much strength coming out of one section that if they can steamroll from this position, and now they're going. One fire against Ox Mathis, who's behind excellent cover. He gets a shot against Go PvP.
And here's the cross. Now they stack up to begin the cap. Their opponent, RBIS, is going to have to return. Ox Mathis will have the ability to return fire. He will be in cover. Funny Bunny is close enough to the point where they can put shells into the turret of Ox Mathis, not worry about his Shuka. Now it's about getting the right damage on the right tank. Sella, expertly, is reverse angling. He's going to take minimal damage if he can. And from the south, there is the cross. There is the crossfire needed. That's going to force Fun Gaming to either push or die. Carbon Warden legit will clean this up.
Too much time for Fun Gaming to get a flag cap, but enough time for the T1s to stay alive, to stay out of the firefight, to go for another draw. Sella pushes up against Funny Bunny and Go PvP. He could fall here, because they're going to pounce on him. But Ox Mathis and Akiyama have plenty of shells, armor, and HP to deal with them. There goes Go PvP. Big bounce!
Funny Bunny missed entirely.
I think Sella's been ammo racked.
Oh, ammo racked? Speaking of...
Do not underestimate my power, Rukil.
You are... I am afraid. So Josh, I mean... can I buy you lunch tomorrow? I mean, I hope I didn't bother you at all today about anything.
No, it's okay.
Sweet, we're on good terms then, right? Please don't say anything about me being ammo.
Dulo? I don't think he can get a reset here.
Nah.
It's a little bit of trouble.
Think he's done.
16 seconds left for the flag cap as RBIS used Fun Gaming's tactics against them in a great defensive play and a good sweeping motion in the flank.
I
the
still
center
don't like
section
it,
on the
though.
5 line.
I really hate the defensive play.
Well, it worked. RBIS puts a point on the board, and now they can be as defensive as they want in the next battle, because it's battle number 5, and they've got 1 point on the board.
Yeah, it's one way to do it, I guess.
It is. Hey, play for the win. Play for the win.
Victoria's Secret took it one way and was super aggressive at Fun Gaming. Complete opposite from RBIS. It's actually kind of cool how they were rivals, and you see how differently they approach a situation to solve the problem of how to defeat this team, how to solve the question, Fun Gaming.
Very well put.
Yeah.
2 opposite spectrums, 2 opposite thoughts, 2 opposite approaches, and yet they're so similar. I made that question, that hypothetical. Since they defeated Victoria's Secret, and since Victoria's Secret defeated Fun Gaming, then therefore vicariously RBIS should defeat Fun Gaming. But you can never, you can't think that way in competition, especially when teams are evolving themselves every week.
Yeah, but what about the teams that Fun Gaming has defeated?
Yeah.
They've gone back and defeated teams like Victoria's Secret and RBIS. So we have this cycle of people just constantly defeating each other, where it just goes to show that this bracket is a lot closer than the scores show. You have some people at the top, you have some people down at the bottom, but it's so much closer. The difference between victory and defeat in most of these battles is so very slight that it appears in many ways that it's more one-sided than it really is. That's how World of Tanks is. When you do win some of these battles, it looks like it was a really nice, really well put together victory, but it was just so close. A few missed shots, a little bit better positioning, a tiny bit of timing, a few seconds here or there is the difference between a complete washout and you running over your opponent. It doesn't. It can go either way for so many reasons.
Abby?
Yes.
Will be battle number 5. What better way for RBIS to play defensive than on this map? However, if Fun Gaming has an aggressive card to play, it has to happen now. Here we go, Rookkill. What do we have for tanks? 2
AMX 5100s, 3 IS3s, a 1390, and 2 T1 Cunninghams, 4 RBIS. On the other side, 2 5100s, 2 IS3s, 1390, 2 T1s. That's right, Clutch.
Say it with me, chat. Mirror matchup. Here we go. Battle number 5. To the south in the blue, it is Fun Gaming. To the north in the red, RBIS. I'll be following Predator because if it bleeds, you can kill it.
I'll be following Precambrian. Who does? I don't even know what a Precambrian is. I really don't. Or an Oxmathus, or an Akiyama. Gabriel Angelos sounds like something I could give you. I could understand.
Looking at the map overall, Fun Gaming has the defensive advantage of the southwest positionally, but RBIS has the match advantage to play defensive. And they can huddle together and wait for the 10 minutes for Fun Gaming to make a move. And they can't make a move at 2 minutes. They can't make it at 1:30. They've got to make it at least at 2:45.
I'd say make it at 5 minutes.
Oh, you know what, Rookkill? Amen.
Yes.
Because what happens if they win the brawl and a T1 is rounding the corner and they wait for the last shot, they're trying to get it, and they fire and they miss. Boom. It's a loss.
You need time. And when you have to win, you must be doing everything you possibly can at every possible moment in order to achieve victory. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. There's not a second that could be wasted by Fun Gaming right now. They need every single moment to try and win because they know their opponent is going to play passively.
Yeah.
There's almost no world where these guys, RBIS, are going to take their one up and decide to attack again, risk losing simply based on an opening move, a dice roll, effectively, I guess.
Yeah, they have no time advantage. So it doesn't matter if there's 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 1 minute. They have to win, period.
Yeah.
So if you're going to make something work, make it work earlier on. Make it work when you have more flexibility. And right now, Fun Gaming has sent Facepalm He's on the 7 line. The 7 row that turns into the 8 road when it rounds the top. Who's joined by Dulo. And Go PvP, Funny Bunny, and Stark are together. Camping, waiting for RBS to move towards them.
But RBS
there is
won't.
no logical reason for RBS to leave their position right now.
It would be highly illogical.
It would be highly illogical. It would be devastating to them to do so because of the tactical advantage that Fun Gaming has in this position, but also it would be as if they're throwing the game.
Yeah, I don't expect them to do it.
No,
RBIS,
I don't expect them to do it either. The reason I bring it up is we've seen certain scenarios, let's say Bernal Empires versus Hammer Time, to where they chased after a tank unnecessarily, lost on Prohorovka, and they were up 2-0. And then that allowed Hammer Time to come, or it turned into, then that allowed Hammer Time to come back. It turned into a tiebreaker draw, and Hammer Time won the tiebreaker.
Yeah, that really hurts. That was an incredible situation.
It was. Hammer Time got lucky, was able to salvage it. Can never discount skill, and you can't discount. You know, I understand why Bernal Empires was trying to make that move, but they suffered too greatly because of it.
You have an advantage, and there's so much. Most teams understand this, and that's why you'll see a lot of slower passive play, because it is an incredible risk. It is a massive risk in World of Tanks to make a push because of the disadvantages of firing on the move. If your opponent is sitting still, trained on a corner, and waiting, there is every reason for them to have an advantage in the opening shot and to make that shot count and then to be able to back off and take free damage.
Here we go. 5 minutes, 30 seconds. Fun Gaming's making their move, at least on the south, with Predator leading the charge.
Is it a fast cap? I think that would make the most sense to me. Going for a fast cap, they've got 5100s, 2 of them, not just one. They've got their T1s still. They have even a 1390, and they could make a massive wall with the 5100s and try and shield with that. That would work probably exceptionally. And then they use the IS-3s to screen the cap to prevent people from getting there.
Do you use the 5100s at the same time, or do you send one out to be the wall, then once he dies, you send the other one out to complete the wall?
No, you send both at the same time because the chances of the first one dying in an inconvenient position are rather high.
Okay.
So you'd probably want to send both out, and maybe
Spread
from
the damage.
separate angles.
Yeah.
That would be an interesting concept to explore. However, it depends a lot on RBIS. If RBIS is going to react by trying to counter push by actually moving out to meet their enemy when they realize the gap is under pressure and getting crossfires so that tanks cannot be hidden behind other tanks very easily, or if they will try to snipe. If they try and snipe, the 25100 thing should work beautifully. If they do the counter push, Fun Gaming could be walking themselves onto a nice pedestal to be served up like a delicious pig.
Go PvP and Funny Bunny staying together. Three minutes, 55 seconds. And these two IS-3s are waiting for anything to pop out from RBIS, but that won't be the case. Stark and Predator staying together in the 5100s. Let's take a look at where Facepalm went. He... Delta 4.
Yes, Facepalm knows the answer. This is exactly the right move from Facepalm. He's going to find Ox Mathis via proxy. That is, when you are 50 meters away from a tank, you will automatically spot it. That is how it is in World of Tanks. It doesn't matter. It does not matter what is between the two of you. You will spot the tank, and that is so that if you're on the other side of a building or something, you should hear the tank running. So obviously we'll be able to spot it. Well, not spot it, but you'll know it's there. And that's how spotting system. Yay, spotting system. Now Ox Mathis leaves that position knowing that there's the potential Miss Rocky and Facepalm have been spotted. And now legit Ox Mathis are gearing up to come on back and actually defend the cap. But now Fun Gaming is in a rather awesome position.
2 minutes, 37 seconds. They're past the point of no return.
Carbon Ward, Akiyama, they're both prepared to stop the cap. And here's the move, go PvP. Funny Bunny moving up. That is the IS-3s crossing. Also Stark Fung and Predator. Oh, they're not going to be using a 5100 wall. They're going to be using the 5100s to crossfire. They're going to use them to tear apart tanks as they begin crossing back towards the cap and to bring in a flank. Also, Facepalm will be able to do some brilliant stuff with that. But Legit is going to begin scaring him off.
All right, and there's the flag cap. Oh, the T1 falls. Dulo gets hit. Oxmathis snipes him.
But Akiyama is on fire, and one more shell. He is down. Stark Fung gets the kill. That is a TA down for not a whole lot. Carbon Ward is now left alone, forced into a hull down. Sela comes to his rescue and finishes off Facepalm.
Go PvP and Funny Bunny now leaving the flag cap to go aggress towards Carbon Ward. And Legit, Carbon Ward fires against Funny Bunny. Sela takes a hit from Funny Bunny. Minute 27.
This is the comeback. This is where it happens. But Oxmathis could salvage the situation. Precam is running so far away right now.
Minute 17. Go PvP, still pushing up against Carbon Ward. Carbon Ward survives. Sela gets hit from Funny Bunny. Go PvP gets tracked, and he falls. Funny Bunny still alive, but at half health, less than half health, 230 for a shot. Stark pushing up, 478.
One more shell.
Where's that shell coming from? Oxmathis, 57 seconds.
But now, Legit is forced to take on Stark Fung, but he does not have shells. Carbon will go down to Stark Fung.
Carbon does fall. Oxmathis must be reloading. And Legit is reloading as well, but he's just trying to keep them occupied here.
Drives in circles. Doesn't even care. Precam is in the very bottom left of the mini-map. He is all the way in Kilo 2, and he doesn't care. 28 seconds left. It is impossible for these two tanks to cap the base now. It requires about, what is it? 100 seconds to cap, 66.6 seconds.
Yeah, about 45. The Predator's just going forward. 12 seconds. They've done it. RBIS has used Fun Gaming's tactic against them, and they're going to win the match. 2-1. RBIS is able to defeat Fun Gaming.
I was beginning to doubt after the beginning of tonight that anyone could. That Fun Gaming wouldn't be our second place team. Now, there's still a chance for them to come back and do that, but this is a huge upset. This is a team that we were beginning to see had real talent to be one of our top 3 in the league. Maybe even compete with Simp or Fnatic on the right day. Not going to happen today. I have to admit, they did make some roster changes, and that may be affecting the way they're playing today.
Yes.
I heard that Facepalm was going to be playing on
Cafe
Wi-Fi. So maybe that's the excuse we can give them today. But RBIS, we have to give them all the credit where it's due. They played, like you kept saying, their opponent's game.
Yeah, and to their credit, it worked. And now they are tied for second place in a 3-way tie. I believe. We'll have to check the standings at the end of the night tonight. But
RBIS will be getting 3 points. They currently sit at 6. They will be going up to 9. And they will be tying with Fun Gaming. Top tier lost to Simple Tankers. They will also be tied with top tier. Now, Simple Tankers will be up at 6 points. So there's a 3-way tie right now, not a 4-way, if any of you were wondering about Simple Tankers. Simple Tankers still has to get one more win to join that second place tie area.
And that's going to be dependent as well on the match that we have next for you guys. It's #RU versus Simp. Well done to RBIS, but again, can't discount Fun Gaming for trying to use their tactics and then changing them to go for the aggression. Didn't work though. RBIS had that on lockdown. Next up, man, Simp versus #RU.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to this. You don't want to go anywhere. The final match of the night after